Hi everyone, are you guys so excited to do a double hoop? Yay! Okay, so this is way too hard to explain with like written words, so obviously a video. So if you got a kit or if you went to the store and bought your materials, you're gonna need a big hoop and a little hoop. In the kits, I included a 9-inch and a 4-inch. When I did this bigger one, this is a, oh my gosh, I think this is a 12-inch. Let's see. Let's see what I did. Well, if this is a ruler, that's right then, huh? So I did 12-inch, and in the inside I did a 7-inch. I also bought myself a big old 18-inch hoop that someday I will turn into a wreath. We'll see if that ever happens. This is going to be a big one. But for the kits, I went smaller just to make the shipping and packaging a little bit easier and save us all some money. So, yeah. But it's the same concept, whatever size you want to do. Someone had the cute idea to do like a donut. So if you went even smaller, if you did like a 3-inch and an 8-inch, you could do like, I mean, it'd still be a giant donut, but it'd be adorable. Okay. Enough of that. So I'm going to show you how to put this together and also tell you a little bit if you want to do any staining treatments. So for this finished hoop, let's look at the back here. So you can see here's where the inner hoop is hidden. I have the, what is this called? Oh my goodness, the screw, the fittings here. This is not, you can't get this out in the end. So if you want to do any staining of the inner hoop, you should do it ahead of time, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to put this together, then I'll go away and stain my hoops and then come back and show you how to trace and stuff. So a little cook and show work there. Okay, this outer hoop, how I have it, I did glue this in, so you can actually do the outer hoop later if you want. You can see this can just pop off and we're still safe. Or if you even want to display your hoop like this, you can. Still haven't like trimmed this hoop yet. How funny. So that's just what I want to tell you, that if you do want to do any treatments to the inner hoop, you need to do it before you get started. So in the case of this holiday wreath, I'm gonna stain the inside and then one of the edges. So that would be this piece in this case. I'm going to do the inside and then one edge. It's the same both ways, so it doesn't matter. So I think that's all we need to say about that. I'm going to put this back. You can see for this hoop, I don't have it completely centered. That was actually on accident, and I just kind of went with it. So I made it so that the thicker part was on the bottom because that's aesthetically pleasing. But we're going to try to make it an actual perfect center. But if that's something you want to do in the future, like play with where this circle is. I mean, you could probably, you know, what would be cool is like, maybe I'll save that idea for later. I'll save that for my idea bank. I'll show you that later. That'll be cool. Uh-oh. The cat just noticed that I locked her out. And she's at the door. We'll see. We'll see if we can get away with this without the cat. Okay. Enough of that. No, I gotta go let her in. Okay, sorry. I had to let her in. She was really upset. Okay. So you got a chunk of fabric, just like what you would usually use, you know, a little bit of excess space here. If your fabric's like crazy wrinkly, you can go ahead and iron it if it bothers you, but it's gonna get really, you need it really tight in this hoop, so I'm not gonna bother. And guys, I feel bad because I send you like wrinkly fabric, but like if I iron it and then I'm gonna fold it and put it in the mail, it's just gonna look wrinkly anyways, so I'm gonna stop feeling bad about that. Okay, so we're gonna start with the small hoop. We're just gonna pretend like we're, you know, gonna do a mini hoop here. So put your inner hoop perfectly centered. Kitty, what are you doing? Oh, she really wants to help. Okay. And then you're going to put this hoop over. just like you would be doing any kind of hoop. Here, let me fix my setup here. I'm a little wobbly. There. Okay. And we just want to go really tight. So I'm going to tighten my screw. And then I'm going to pull here all the way around. Really tight. Like really tight. Oh, and let me tell you the secret. This doesn't work very well with cotton. There it is. That's what you paid for. So the first one I did, this one, I had the idea and I used this fabric because I had bought it and I hadn't used any of it yet. And I was like, oh man, I should use this linen up. It's actually a linen blend, which is a lot cheaper than just linen. And so I didn't realize, since it was the first time that I had tried doing this, I didn't realize that that was the key until I tried to do it again with some cotton and it didn't work. I was like, I can't get the wrinkles out. What the heck? So then I tried another piece of linen and I was like, oh, there you go. It's all about the fabric. So, and I think the reason for that is just how much more, how it's looser, right? It's a looser weave when you get a linen. So I'm not a fabric expert, so I can't tell you much more than that. Okay. But that's what I know, that this works with linen and not with cotton. Okay, done with step one. Then we're going to turn it over. Okay, and now for this hoop, if you want, like for my show and tell here, I cut the middle and then I glued it back. But you don't have to do that. You instead can actually stitch here if you want. You can stitch the date. You can stitch your initials. You can stitch Happy Holidays. You can stitch more design, whatever the heck you want. Or you can cut it like this, have it open. You can hang a separate embroidery behind it. You can have it be a picture frame. Like, how cute would this be with like a Santa picture? OMG. I wish I could show you what the cat is doing right now. She found this like fake plastic lei I have and she's kicking it like it's her prey. Okay. So then for our big hoop, we're going to put the big, what is this? The inner hoop. Put it down. And this is where we want to be sure that we're centered. Do a bunch of oming and get centered, okay? Oh, man. I need more coffee. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I'm seeing how it's kind of puckered weird. So what I'm going to do is kind of separate. So like I'm pulling the fabric kind of away from here because this is the weird part. This is the part we need to kind of hide. Okay, see, actually that really helped, didn't it? Because once again, if we look here, so here's where I have this, and the problem is that there's this gap, and we don't want the fabric to do anything funky on the other side where that gap is. So what I did here is I actually shifted that hoop and put it where there's some embroidery close to the edge. Because when you're actually doing the stitching, you cannot obviously stitch right here, right? Because there's a screw in the way. So what I did is I stitched close to the edge, and then I shifted the hoop to cover that. And I'll show you guys that again. I'm just kind of giving you a little preview of what we're going to be doing here. So that's the sketchy part. One thing I was thinking is you could get a small piece of something and shove it in there. I don't know what that would be. I could dry some Play-Doh out and shove it in there. Yeah, nah. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to center with or without oming. I'm just trying to make sure I don't have too much fabric like bunched up in one spot. Let's see how this works. We'll see. Hopefully this is a good one. Okay. Then we put the outer hoop on top. You can see I'm already not quite centered. Okay, so it's not perfect, but that's okay. We're gonna work it. So let's go ahead and tighten. It doesn't have to be all the way tight yet, but get it pretty tight. And I'm just gonna go loose first. Not like, we're gonna make a couple passes. So if you pull way hard on one side, you're gonna shift everything. And you're gonna get what I had before. So do it just kind of gently around so that we don't disrupt the center, which is already disrupted, but we'll fix it, but we don't want to make it like worse. So on this side, I'm going to pull a little bit tighter to get the circle more centered. You can see I need to pull it this way, and I'm just doing that by sight. If you want, I mean, get out a ruler, you know. So what we got, like 3 inches, and over here it's like 2.5. Okay, so I need to pull more this way. Whatever side has the most fabric, I need to pull that way to shift the inner circle, okay? So I'm pulling, like, I'm actually pulling now, okay? I'm gonna make sure we get this way quite a bit more, actually. And now be careful, so I'm pulling so hard, I'm starting to kind of disrupt this inner hoop. So I'm gonna push this back down, okay? And take another look. Okay, definitely need to go that way more. Okay. And what I may have to do is actually, I think I'm going to have to pull out some fabric from this end because it's just too tight. There we go. So you got to work it. Hopefully this is making sense, guys. Actually, that's not going over there very well, is it? Okay, pop that back down. Get back down in there. I went too tight. So if you go too tight, it's going to pop out. Or I don't have this tight enough. Let's see if it feels pretty good. It's going to pop off though. So what not to do, I guess. Ugh. Okay, how are we looking? So let me pull over here. Okay. So in doing that, I'm still not perfectly centered, but you can see how you get there. I'm going to tighten here, and you can see in doing that, all of my wrinkles came out. So I didn't even have to worry about that. Oops, sorry. I'm like totally destroying my setup here. Uh-oh, it's sinking. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I pulled too tight, which is what's happening here. So don't do that, guys. I'm actually going to take this apart because I'm going to go stain this. And then I'll set it up again, and maybe we'll learn something new when I do it again on camera. But I'll meet you back here. I'm going to stain this, and I'll probably go ahead and do the outside here while I'm at it. I'm using this stuff. I got it on Amazon because I'm lazy. This is the only thing I've used before. I think gosh, look at what a slob I am. Oh my God, don't look at that. The reason I bought that was because it was small and I didn't want to buy something big that I hated. So, and I just haven't gotten around to trying anything else. Okay, now she's in the packing material. She's in a bag full of bubble wrap. Oh my God. Okay, I'll meet you back here. Hey guys, I'm back. So I went ahead and, let's see, I kind of made a mess. I went ahead and stained my hoop. So I've got this inner part stained and the outer part stained. I used that paint on gel stain, and then I used this ugly rag to kind of rub it around to make sure there's no like drippies or anything. And then I take it outside. I use like a spray varnish, which I don't recommend. It's just all I have right now. I just put in an order to get some paint on varnish because it always gets all over my hands. Because I usually like hold the hoop, and then anyways, don't do that. But any kind of varnish should work. So I'm gonna try the paint on. I'm wondering if it'll get it like really shiny. So we'll see. Okay, to be continued. So, and like I said, you don't have to to do what I just did. You don't have to treat your hoop at all. You can just use it bare. It's just something I wanted to do. I've painted hoops before, just with acrylic paint. Like if you want to go for like a dark green might look cool, or like a red, and then you could like bedazzle it, like whatever you want to do. Have fun. Okay, so I have to use my brain for a second. So I'm going to turn this stained side down. Put that here. Okay, center. Put my hoop on top. It's kind of nice. I already have these dents in my fabric. These creases from where I've been doing this. Okay. Tighten that and pull. My other cat is in here now. Her name is Go-Go Boots. She is currently licking my leg and bonking it with her head. Hey Boots, what's up? Okay, just tightening and pulling here. So this is the side that's going to show. You can see how that looks different now. Okay. Let me move this again. I keep screwing up my setup here. Sorry about that. Don't get motion sick, everybody. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Hey Boots. No. Now Boots is rubbing against it. Get out of here. I need to put my cats in daycare so I can get stuff done. This is ridiculous. Okay, inner hoop goes back. Outer hoop here. Okay, so let's do this right. Let's see. That looks pretty good. Does that look good? I think that looks pretty good. Okay. I'm going to tighten. Since I'm pretty centered, I want to be really careful so we don't have to start over. I'm just going to go gentle around first so that I don't get off track. Okay, that looks pretty centered. It's like two and a quarter on the inside there. It's a little bit bigger there. Over here it might be bigger. Yeah, over here it's a little bigger. Actually, there's wrinkles over here, so hopefully that will help. And I'm going to tighten some more. You can see I still have some wrinkles. There. Got rid of those ones and this one. Lovely. Okay, it's not perfect, but it looks pretty darn close. Close enough that I think I'm going to go with it. So next I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you some of it, and then I need to sit down because this is a big pattern. Hopefully yours doesn't have all these details on it. I'm going to make this, you know, the version that you actually print out and trace will have this more minimal. So you just need to draw in like the general line, and then you can go in and do the fur leaves however you want. If you want to do detached chain or just single stitches, whatever. Just to give that fir tree look. So you don't need to actually draw those in. Like, that's a waste of time. So, and then I'll see if there's any other places I can simplify. So, so what you're going to do is you're going to cut out the pattern. And what I would recommend, so I'm nervous, right? Because I'm worried if you don't transfer the pattern while it's in the hoop like this, it might get distorted when you're hooping it. I don't know. You can try it if you want. But I'm going to do this where I tape this on the back here. And then I'm going to trace. I actually might not be able to do it with the camera on because I think I'm going to have to use a light board because this is dark enough. So I'll have to sit down and do that. But that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to trim this a little better so it actually fits in there. You know, the bottom left piece has the 3-point set as the top piece has the 1. So, and it, you know, as far as if it's how close you want it on either end, that's up to you. I did look into getting this pre-printed on the fabric, but they didn't have an option for linen. So it wasn't going to work, which makes sense. Linen must be harder to print on. So I apologize. This is obviously a big part of the project is going to be transferring the design. So, and I was experimenting over here in the corner with what pens worked. And I liked how the Sharpie looked the best. Like it was easiest to see. So I'm going to do an ultra fine point Sharpie. I'm going to sit down. We'll see how long this takes. Probably going to take a while. But it'll be worth it to get a good design on there, and then you can just relax and start stitching. So, all right, meet you back here soon.